Gilded Age. It ran from roughly the end of the Civil War up until the First World War. And the Vanderbilts were the classic, quintessential Gilded Age family. They won the first great American industrial fortune, and they're probably most well known for being railroad tycoons. They were a transportation family. If you've ever been in Grand Central Terminal in New York City, then you have been in the heart of the Vanderbilt Empire. The original structure there was called Grand Central Station, and it was created by a man named Cornelius the Commodore Vanderbilt. He's the family patriarch. He formed this dynasty and empire. The Commodore, at his height, had railroads that went all the way out to Chicago, well up into Canada, to the eastern seaboard, and down to Philadelphia. But the Vanderbilt's pride and joy, their most famous rail line, is the New York Central rail line. And conveniently enough for this property here, New York Central ran right through the base of this land. When the Commodore Cornelius Vanderbilt died in 1877, he was not only the wealthiest man in America. He was a very successful, ambitious, powerful American who had over $105 million to his name. Does anybody have a guess at how much that would be worth for us today? It's a lot. Billions. One estimate puts him at $145 billion. But he would be Warren Buffett and Bill Gates added together. He was not only the wealthiest American, he had more money than the U.S. Treasury. It comes out to about 1 in every $20 bills, 1/20th the might of the United States in one person's hands. So he was a tremendously powerful man, and he wanted his empire to survive. He left the bulk of his business empire and control of his fortune to his eldest son. His eldest son, William Henry, inherited $95 million from his dad, tax-free. No income taxes, no estate taxes. He didn't have to give up a dime. That's not bad. He only outlived his father by 8 years. But in the 8 years William Henry controlled the Vanderbilt's railroad empire, he doubled his fortune. He died with $210 million. He was a very successful businessman in his own right, but he did do some things his father would have hated. He defied the Commodore in death, and he split up the family fortune in his will. It is his 8 children, the Commodore's grandkids, that we're really concerned with here, because they lived the Gilded Age culture. They're the ones that got spending all of the money, and have many of the buildings that you might have visited in your lifetimes. You have a nouveau riche family, new wealth. We had old money. We had the blue blood family power traditions, but these industrialists, like the Vanderbilts, are new money, and they tend to have a lot more cash because they